Welcome back from the pause here again for the first online convention of EXW. Very cool style, by the way. And I just read the notes and the messages in all the groups, all that stuff. And at this point, I want to say many greetings to all of you, regardless where you are. I got some informations that we have teams in Thailand, in the sunny Thailand, together. They can join together there. They don't have the contact problem there. So many greetings to all that countries which are connected at the moment. I think we have 600 views at the moment. So very good, very good. We are prepared for our next live guest. And this is, by the way, a very cool project which is EXW here involved, because somebody said, okay, if you have the knowledge which kind of art you have to buy, and with and you know that this art will gain some price, this will be cool. But probably this is a very expensive project, because nobody can afford, what, let's say 1 million for a very important painting or something like that. But for that, we have our specialists, and we have today live Francesco Boni in the call, and he will present us everything which will come up this year with the EXW Cloud, and this is called the EXArts Cloud, the EXW Art Cloud. And but he will tell by himself what he is, where he comes from, which knowledge he has, and how we can make profit with this special type of business. So I'm forwarding to you, Mr. Francesco Boni.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. First of all, please allow me to thank Manuel and Pirmin and for inviting me, and congratulate with everyone at the EXW team for the awesome things that you guys are putting together. Yeah, as you said, we are doing something quite interesting. We are allowing the members of the community to access fine art. I will start by showing a quick video of how it works, and then I will give you all the details. So we'll just go ahead and share my screen, and we will look at a short video presenting what is the art project about. Let me see. Let me know if you can see. Let me know if you can see it.
Yes. But Francesco, I don't hear anything. Sorry. Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, I was told that there is a problem. Please allow me 1 second to reshare. Please let me know if you can hear the audio.
Digital tools are transforming our lives. Now is time for the art market to be digitally transformed into an accessible and democratic space. Artsquare.io is leading this revolution. Buying an artwork by Andy Warhol will now be possible for the new generation of art buyers, thanks to blockchain technology. At Artsquare.io, we issue digital shares for world-class contemporary art, digital art and collectibles that you can buy, sell and profit from, just like company shares on the financial market. We work with galleries and private collectors to list amazing artworks regularly that anyone can own. From our platform, you can view the art you own, review its value and information, and check provenance and authenticity certificates. Buy shares of different artworks and build a diverse art collection. Keep track of your shares in your portfolio and maximize your art collecting strategy. When one of the artworks you co-own is sold, you will immediately get your share of profits. Don't want to wait? Simply trade your shares on Artsquare's own exchange for art at any time. Share the art you own. Give shares to your friends and family. Get rewarded with Artsquare coins for being an active member of our community. Artsquare coins can be exchanged for digital shares of artworks or converted into cash. Sign up to artsquare.io to start your portfolio. We are the new art market for everyone.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, we with Artsquare, we are allowing users and we are opening a new market, allowing users to be able to buy art, exactly like what our claim, the new art market for everyone, and a market that is very niche, very close, that is now, thanks to blockchain technology, available for everybody. How we do it? We are building the first ever fine art and collectibles exchange. The same way you can invest in companies on the stock exchange, you are finally able to invest in fine artworks. This is our vision and our goal. Why we are doing this? We notice that the art market today is available only for what we call the big pockets, large investors. Today, to go in a gallery or in an auction house or try to discuss with an art dealer with less than 50,000, 100,000 is basically impossible, and you're actually not even looking at buying a good piece of art. With Artsquare, we want to open this world, connect the world of art, and give a tool to these players with the world of whoever has access to a debit card, a crypto wallet, and an iPhone or an iPad. So our view is to create more liquidity for the art market and create a bridge for these users to connect with something that until now is not accessible. We cover the four different industries. The main one is art fintech, because we focus on a finance element, the possibility to invest in a new asset class. But of course, we are not talking about numbers. We are not talking about turnovers. We are talking about not revenue, but art, something that is different. Therefore, we have some elements like collection and sharing with social media, and also some gaming elements. And I will show you how. Let's look at how it works. Very simple. We allow users, galleries, and art dealers and collectors to present to Artsquare exactly like you would do at the stock exchange. You will present for listing your asset. Say you have a piece of art, of contemporary art, you will go on Artsquare and you will upload all the information about the provenance, the valuation, the authenticity, and the history of the artwork itself. And then you will create a modular smart contract, which will regulate all the rules of the multiple ownership that you will have working when the artwork is sold to the members of the community. Everything is encrypted thanks to blockchain technology in smart contracts that we call digital art shares. So the digital art shares represent a portion of the value of the artwork. Now that the artwork is tokenized and is therefore divided in several art shares, we do a digital art listing where users can, exactly like on the stock market, they can buy shares and trade them the same way you will do with cryptocurrency or with commodities or with whatever asset class that is listed on an exchange. For us, the company is working exactly like an exchange. Therefore, we have transaction fees, and we have also a premium subscription fee for some of our users that want to access more advanced options and features. Here we can see all of our tools, our features and possibilities that we give to our users. First of all, the listing, so the possibility to buy shares of art, then the exchange, the chance to share and sell the digital art shares with other members without having to wait for the artworks to be sold, and a marketplace where you have the chance to buy the whole artwork. Then you have your portfolio, when you can share your collection of digital shares with your friends. You have your wallet, where you can buy with multiple currency, you can buy with cryptocurrency, and you can use several currencies to buy the different artworks. And we have the two interesting features of gifting. You can decide not to buy it for yourself, but to gift it to friends or family. And the concept of the best art investor. At the end of every given period, we will decide who owns the best art collection, and will be rewarded with several rewards coming from us. Now I will show you how it works practically. Simply imagine going in an art gallery and seeing an artwork that you like. This artwork is from Andy Warhol, and it's worth 28,000 euros. Unfortunately, I cannot buy this artwork. I can't afford it. And but I would like to have a piece of it. I would like to invest in it, because in the future, like investing in finance, this artwork will have an higher value. Thanks to Artsquare, by simply taking a picture of a QR code or simply connecting to the app, I have the chance to invest and buy just a little portion of the artwork, meaning that after clicking on buy, I will be a co-owner of this artwork. Once I log in on my platform, I can see the information on the artwork. I have all the information about the provenance, the details and the history of the artist, and the authentication details to make sure that everything is legit and we're not looking at a fake or an artwork that has no value. And then I have the free elements that I was mentioning, the fintech element, the possibility to buy and buy as many shares as I want, and the possibility to gift it or share my portfolio with my friends, so and my peers, for the element of social media, and the element of gaming, the chart of the major shareholder and the best art collector that will win several rewards according to that are discussed and decided according to each artwork. After this, we have two options: the chance to keep and hold to the shares, waiting for the artworks to be sold from the gallery, or we can go on the exchange if we are a premium user, and we can look at the possibility to simply click on sell and sell it to somebody else that didn't make it during the listing and wants to buy shares from us, or maybe we didn't make it during the listing and we want to buy some other shares from the secondary market. Here we can see the advanced version of the exchange. You can see it's exactly like shares, like finance, up and down. We look at art the same way we look at a business, the same way you can buy Google, Apple, Alibaba, Facebook. You can do the same with art. And it's important to define what art, because you might ask, if you're not from the art world, what is a good investment? Which artwork should I buy? The way we select the artwork is very articulated. We look at only prime galleries. This artwork, in fact, comes from Boni Arte, which is an important Italian gallery. It's available for viewing in Florence, so therefore you have the chance to go check that it is real. And it's been reviewed and by the advisors, our consultant and art advisor that support us in understanding all the particulars about the artwork and confirm the conditions and the value. And when it comes to the value, we check the price on ArtPrice and ArtNet. The same way today, we know that Bitcoin today is what? Let me check on CoinMarketCap. We are looking at the Bitcoin is worth $6,729. Today, by going on ArtNet, we can see what's the value of a Warhol. So basically, transforming art into an investment asset class. Here we discuss what our competitors are doing. I'm not gonna go in all the details, but what I want to say is that there are several players based in Singapore, Seattle, this Masterworks is based in New York, Ferralors is here in London. So several players that are doing the same. Everybody's different. The main difference is that Artsquare is focusing on making the art accessible to anyone. In fact, you can invest simply with just €1. What do we do so far? Our main accomplishments is that we are live with a tech platform that is available on desktop and mobile. What you've seen so far is possible to see if you just go on artsquare.io. You can connect and buy shares of this artwork. There are free artworks available for a total value of €100,000, and we already have we started to build our community. Therefore, as a startup, we are already moving forward with in the direction of a scale up. It's not interesting. We are is myself. My background is in venture capital. Fabrizio, that has a background in gaming, and Giacomo, that is supporting us in creating the community. The rest of the team has expertise in art, legal, because we are doing something legally quite interesting by transforming art in an asset class and working with important smart contracts. We have Ursula, that has strong experience in managing operations for quite important companies such as BlaBlaCar and several other digital startups. And the rest of the team is mostly tech, because we are strongly focusing on leveraging on the blockchain to make our vision happen. Regarding our history, we have been honored by several players that I mentioned, as including Bloomberg, Forbes, and we participate to several conventions, being one of the few players that managed to kick off this ambitious project. We also won an award during the blockchain summit in Malta last year. Finally, we are preparing something quite interesting that I will show you now for this presentation for the community of EXW. We discussed this with Manuel and Pirmin. Given the situation that we are living, we wanted to use art as a tool to help with in any way that we can with this situation. Therefore, we are now live with this painting of Andy Warhol, and we are going to give that is available starting from €1. Once the listing is over, we will give all of the profits of Artsquare to a joint selected by EXW and Artsquare charity that is focusing on supporting people affected by the COVID emergency. I have finished with my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any question if you want.
Yes, thank you, Francesco. That was very interesting, even though I have no clue about art. But yeah, how did you come up with this idea of creating Artsquare? Well,
the idea was to make something inaccessible accessible to anyone. And it's because of the passion for technology and the passion for art at the same time. If you say that you don't know much about art, but you must appreciate it, you must like it, you must find it fascinating. There are some barriers that are stopping you, because if you go in a gallery and you usually feel kind of out of place, you feel awkward, you don't have any idea about the price, you feel like it's something expensive, something very niche. So this is a problem with art, because it's been kind of it kind of has big gates in front of it. What is technology? Technology is what gives us the chance to use Airbnb to go sleep in somebody else's flat, to share the car with somebody to save some money. Technology is what allows us to talk via video, and it's creating bridges to people. We wanted to create a bridge for this industry with people that want to enjoy it and at least look at it in two ways. Not only on the investment side, because art is an important investment. It's not only something you hang on the wall. Usually it performs better than the American stock exchange. But it's something that has an emotional value, And even though by buying 10 euros of the Andy Warhol, you will not be able to hang it on your wall, still you will look at it and you will somehow start relating to art. So the idea was to democratizing the whole industry and making it more accessible.
Okay, perfect. I've had one question coming up when you showed that one part where the price of the painting was like in a stock chart.
Yeah,
you see that it's going up and down, and isn't there a danger of like having a painting going down, because now everybody can join into a certain parts of a painting, and probably not everybody is how do you say that, appreciating the art at itself. Isn't there the danger of price reducing because everybody, or just overhighting the prices of some paintings?
Of course, by creating the opening this market, this possibility to the internet, basically, you expose the art to this kind of feature. But the market, correct itself and is always in target with the reality. The art market is working like the same way. Every quarter you have the companies giving the number regarding profits and revenues of the quarter. The art is about the auction houses. Every time an auction house is selling Andy Warhol, you will have a change in the price of the whole Andy Warhols, of course, of the Andy Warhol that was sold. And therefore, it's a mixture of what you're saying and the connection with the real market, which is interesting if we look at the perspective of the blockchain and cryptocurrencies, because we are looking at a token that is backed by a real asset, exactly like what some people are doing with real estate.
Yeah.
The difference is that while with real estate, you're looking at an asset, how is the price decided of real estate? If they open a tube stop, a subway stop in front of, in the area, the price goes up. If there is a school, the price goes up. So if they open a club and you cannot sleep at night, the price goes down. So, but still, it's an asset that is backed by something. In the world where everyone is buying, is accessing cryptocurrencies and is buying these tokens that don't represent anything, but they're just representing a trust between the players, the possibility to have a token that is backed by a real asset that is real is very interesting.
Okay, cool. And you talked about, let's speak a little bit slower. Just remind me that we have.
Oh, yeah, because of the connection. Sure.
Sorry. So it was everything new. But you talked about tokenization of real things. How about this whole industry of tokenization, ownership? What can you tell about this?
My background is in law, and I find it very interesting because it's the empowerment of a smart contract. In particular, I like to focus on what's the rules and the governance that we are creating with Artsquare. So imagine there are several situations that can happen. Imagine we buy 28 DAO. Today, we have a lot of people looking at watching us, and now they go on Artsquare and they decide to buy the artwork. Now we have a situation of multiple ownership. Who decides if we get an offer to sell the actual artwork? Who decides that if we get a museum that want to rent the artwork and is going to give us money, and therefore there are dividends, and then we have to share the dividends? So it's interesting how tokenization is creating a faster way to manage these very complicated situations, meaning that who decides? We could decide together, because we could get a notification quickly on Artsquare saying that there's been an offer for the artwork from inside the gallery. Would you like to accept? Yes or no? Or we could say that we decide in advance in the smart contract that if the offer will give us enough profit after a given time, we will be automatically accepted, and you will just get a notification say you got profit, the artwork has been sold. And this is amazing, because today we can do it without Artsquare. We buy an artwork, we do a contract, and then if it's sold, I have to call you, and we can give it with between 2, 3, 4 people. You cannot make it scale. Thanks to tokenization, is creating something amazing that is creating the possibility of creating co-ownership at a number of unlimited number of co-owners, which is exactly what happened when the stock exchange was created. The stock exchange, the finance sector passed from doing the buys of shares with the phone call with your trader, and now you can do it with your telephone quickly and with an app and without having to sign any papers.
Yeah,
it's a future technology.
Cool. How is that performing, by the way?
Well, I'm happy to show you. How much time do you have?
I think we're a little bit ahead of the schedule, so we have time.
So in 5 minutes.
To bore the audience, but I think this is pretty interesting if we take what we have here, how it's in the actual world, and later on we will learn again then in presentations how we can participate in EXW with this project you have. Yeah,
I'll show you quickly how it is performing, how it is in the real world. You can quickly see you have a user page if you sign up, and then you just go on listing. You have different kind of views, and say you want to buy this. Let's focus on the Andy Warhol. We will go on here. Sorry, forgive me. We click, and we will have all the information as I was saying. Look at the gallery, look at the listing, and you can see who is the one that owns more of the shares of the author. Then you will click on buy, and you will be able to add shares in your portfolio. Here I have my portfolio, and I can just look at what are my artworks, the shares that I have, what I want to do with the shares, if I want to buy more. So it's performing like an exchange, very simply. Here I'm trying to buy 50 shares of Andy Warhol, and on and on. So I don't know if it answered your question. How it's performing? It's performing with the beta version live at Artsquare.io. How it's performing as an industry is picking up. There is a lot of interest. As every innovation, there is a lot of questions going on. What happens if the art is stolen? What happens if my battery, the battery of the phone dies when I'm buying? So several issues that we are looking, but like every tech startups, we are solving it. I think what's interesting as a performance is the interest of the art world. We have 3 artists that are quite important in the art world, Andy Warhol, Carteira, and Alighiero Boetti, that are available for the users. So that's something quite unique. I think it's the first time that you can say that you can own a piece of this important artist with just €1.
Yeah, yeah.
So the acceptance is something that I would say is an interesting milestone.
Yeah. What would be good? It's one idea came up. When you own, for example, a certain percentage of the painting, you can print it out at your at your printer at home. You can frame it and put it on the wall and say, "This is my piece of art, what I own."
Well, it's slightly different. You are actually right, and you focus on the right point. What we do is different. Instead, once you buy the artwork and you go on your portfolio, you can request a certificate of shares. So the same way when I have investments in startups, I will show you, but they are hanged here. You have the certificate of shares, the certificate that you are the owner of X percentage of a startup. Here we send you a certificate of digital art shares. So you will have a document that you can hang on your wall that is the picture of the painting, but that says that you are a co-owner of the painting. So it's slightly a mix of art and finance.
Okay, you know? Cool. And what kind of art can we buy then on Artsquare?
Well, at this stage, we have contemporary art. I like to stress the fact that we also do collectibles, which means diamonds, vintage cars, whatever gets auctioned at auction houses like Christie's or Sotheby's, Bonhams, etc. Branded artists. What does it mean? There is we're looking at if you go on the stock exchange, you will buy Google, Facebook, this kind of companies that don't need any introduction, companies that have already a big turnover to be there. With Artsquare, there are two elements: the element of importance in the price, meaning there are established artists that have already proven that they achieve a price, and therefore they are not emerging artists that will have. You can check the price online. It's well known by the market.
Mhm.
And
Everybody knows Warhol, so
sorry,
everybody knows Warhol anyway. So
exactly, and also that everybody knows Warhol. So we don't want the users to go there and try to understand. We just want the users to have access to something that is mainstream and is already accepted as something important in the art market.
perfect.
In fact, so anyway, to be specific, we have a picture, painting from Andy Warhol, a painting from Lichtenstein, and a painting from Alighiero Boetti.
Okay, perfect. So I had two questions. So one notice that's a very great partnership with you, and also to understand for our EXW partners that we have several income streams and also a participation or partnership with you with ArtCloud, with the ArtCloud then, where we generate the bonus from. So that is always proof, like you say, with the certificate that we have and in the backend a tokenized part of the real world. So thank you for that. I have one question left because I came up with this question. I didn't get the clue. How can you join the art thing with gaming? I didn't get that point.
Oh, so when you look at you remember the chart with the best investors. So that's kind of creating a competition. If you're familiar with eToro, with eToro you can follow traders and just replicate their trades. Imagine at Artsquare, you're not interested in having the share certificate. Well, you're just interested in making money. You go online, you see that number one is William, best that is expert of art. He profited a lot thanks to his expertise. So you just follow his trades and you just follow what he's doing. On the other side, if you go on Artsquare, you can see that now I'm number 3, I think, and you want to be the number 1 owner of the artwork. So you kind of try to scale. There are several ways of making it more than gamification. I would say it's engaging. And why is that? Because art is not like finance or crypto that is just about the profit. Here we are creating a platform that is creating an ecosystem. You see, with art, part of the experience is going to the art fairs, discussing art, sharing with your friends. That's very important. The art you own, the collection that you have, your taste. There is an element of ego, of course, of showing that your art is performing and there is a value. So we try to create, this is why also the name Artsquare, the square where people that are involved in the art world, they can meet online. So in our vision, in a digital world, everybody can express its needs, its ambition, its what they want to do on Artsquare. There is a space for gaming. If you just want to be the major shareholder, there is a space to make profit. If you just want to copy, there is a space to share it. If connected, there is a space to study because with our team, we look at the art and we share all the information before putting it online. So not simply buy and sell, but being involved with at any level that you're interested in.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Francesco Boni, and thank you also for that insight, because you were already at the stage in Wiesbaden, and by that presentation, I had no clue how this can be managed there. And now I think
regarding that, sorry to interrupt you, I just want to again thank Emmanuel and Pirmin, and we've been working together because this summit was supposed to happen live in Dubai, and we were going to do something very nice that was to bring an artwork during the summit and allow all the people, the ticket holders, to see the artworks themselves and with the QR code to buy it, or so we were doing that, and unfortunately we have to stay home. What we came up with was, as I shown you, the stay at home with your art. So this was an idea that I came up with Pirmin and Manuel. Today, all the people that are looking at us, if they want to go on Artsquare.io sign up and by exploring, buy shares of Andy Warhol for just €1, whatever donation is not a donation because you will own the artwork. It will be yours. The donation is coming from Artsquare and EXW that will give all the profit to support people affected by this emergency. So I urge everybody to have a look at our website, sign up, stay tuned, and help us making a little difference in any way we can.
Okay, perfect. So I think we will get this information later also in the chat.
Yeah, I will most likely send out